Everybody remembers how that looked when we came in, right? Didn't look so rusted and so beat up. Nope. Let's exit the vault.
Enjoy your return to the surface, and thank you for choosing Vault Tech.
Now, this is the first Fallout. New Vegas started with it a little bit, but this is the first Fallout to really be heavily into modifications and crafting more than usual. There was always some crafting, but for the most part, in Fallout 3, you scavenged for everything. Fallout New Vegas, you could mod the guns and the armor a bit, but 4 is where you really got the ability to just totally customize everything. And 76 took a lot from this. One thing I've always loved is how it takes a second for the vision to adjust when you come out of the vault like that, because you figure that makes sense. They would have been deep underground and, of course, cryogenically frozen, so their eyes would have been shut for a very long time. So it makes sense that, you know, obviously they're dizzy and disoriented when they first see sunlight again. A cool thing is in Fallout 3, one of the things you can do is you can either wait for it to clear up, which can take a bit, or you can actually put on a pair of sunglasses when you exit the vault. Yeah, I would definitely say for ease of entry, yeah, Fallout 4 is definitely definitely a bit more entry friendly. So what I'm doing now is just getting some supplies because we knew this area was rather bustling and had a lot of military and people nearby when the bombs hit. So the chances of there being stuff to scavenge is higher here than you would normally expect. So I'm kind of taking advantage of that to see if there's anything around here to loot. Yeah, well, honestly, the problem is if you start with 4 or even New Vegas and you try to go back and play 3, it feels so less. It feels more empty, and the majority of that is due to the fact that there are mechanics in 4 that never existed in the others. So. That's my only complaint, and it's not really a complaint per se. It's just an observation. I mean, you know, it's the same when you go back to play any old games. You know, there's unfortunately, they're going to seem a little bit more primitive than what you've been playing. And we have a very tall ASCII trying to get on top of the cat tree. Darn, let's see if I can get a picture of her. Honestly, though, I still really like the story of 3. New Vegas, though, is truthfully my favorite, and the reason is I played the first 2 Fallout games. In fact, Fallout 2 is one of the first games I ever beat on computer. Just beat all the way beat. And the reason for that is because it was just so good. Took me forever because of the way I play my characters. I roleplay a lot. And so, yeah, but it was a ton of fun. But New Vegas, really, really, I was enthusiastic for because it was a direct continuation by a lot of the creators of Fallout 1 and 2 in the Fallout universe. It directly takes place, not right after, but it takes place after Fallout 2. So you actually get to see what happens with a lot of the stuff. They pick canon stuff in 2. Yeah, and I understand why too. I mean, three at the time was a great game, and from a story perspective, I still really like it. But yeah, from a gameplay perspective, not as much. But I'll never forget a few years ago when I stepped up to here, and I was just like, "Oh my god, this is incredible." You know what they say though, you can never go home. And of course that's because your home's been blown away by a nuclear bomb. This though, I thought was the funniest part. I love this.
As I live and breathe. Oh, it's really you.
You're still here.
Codsworth? You're still here. So other people could still be alive too.
But of course I'm still here. Surely you don't think a little radiation could deter the pride of General Atomics International? But you seem the worse for wear. Best not let the wife see you in that state. Where is the missus, by the way?
They came into the vault. Maybe you saw them, armed, wearing strange outfits.
Only Miss Rosa's boy running around in his Halloween costume. More than a week early. I swear, the nerve of that woman leaving her brat unsupervised. Haha, not like this family, sir. You and the missus have always been such a responsible couple. Where is she, by the by?
They killed her.
They killed her.
Sir, these things you're saying, these terrible things, I believe you need a distraction. Yes, a distraction to calm this dire mood. It's been ages since we've had a proper family activity. Checkers, or perhaps charades. Shawn does so love that game. Is the lad with you?
Shawn's been kidnapped.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can bump up the voice audio in just a second, Sniper Man.
Going to get my son back.
It's worse than I thought. You're suffering from hunger-induced paranoia. Not eating properly for 200 years will do that, I'm afraid.
200 years?
200 years? What? Are you?
A bit over 210, actually, sir. Or give or take a little, for the Earth's rotation and some minor dings to the old chronometer. That means you're 2 centuries late for dinner. Perhaps I can whip you up a snack? You must be famished.
Codsworth, you're acting a little bit weird. What's wrong?
Oh, sir, it's been just horrible. 2 centuries with no one to talk to, no one to serve. I spent the first 10 years trying to keep the floors waxed, but nothing gets out nuclear fallout from vinyl wood. Nothing. And don't get me started about the futility of dusting a collapsed house. And the car, how do you polish rust?
All right, let me see. Well, no, I don't think I can. Can I exit? Oh, here we go. Okay, good. I wasn't sure if I could hit the escape while I was doing this. Let's go into audio real quick. Voice. Okay, I don't know why voice isn't like all the way up. Let's see if that makes a difference. Stay with me.
Stay with me, pal. Focus.
I'm afraid I don't know anything, sir. The bombs came and all of you left in such a hurry, I thought for certain you and your family were dead. I did find this holotape. I believe the missus was going to present it to you as a surprise. But then, well, everything happened.
Is that better, Sniper Man?
Thank you, Codsworth.
You're welcome. Now, enough feeling sorry for myself. Shall we search the neighborhood together? The missus and young Shawn may turn up yet.
Alright, give me 1 second here. I'm going to pop out of this real quick. Because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to bump up the game audio a little bit more. Tell me if for some reason this is too loud, and I will go back and fix it. Oh, whoops. Anything... Oh, come on. Anything dangerous?
Have you seen anything dangerous?
Oh, just the usual, sir. Pesky neighborhood dogs and mosquitoes. Shall I investigate?
Do the voice... Okay, good. Good.
All right. Lead the way.
Proud to serve, sir.
First things first, we're going to go in the house. Because there is one thing I want to get right off. Besides the Mr. Handy Fuel. There we go. I'm going to go ahead and improve an attribute. I think I'm going to go with Charisma. Charisma's always been one of my better ones that I like to have. Because I can be kind of charismatic in real life. There were two issues, Sniper Man. The first was the audio in the game itself for voices was not maxed. The second, because oftentimes the games I play, the audio tends to go over my voice. So in my streaming software, I had toned it back some. And apparently, toned the game audio back a little too much. Let's see. F. Is there a U, a C, and a K around here somewhere? Just, yeah. Because I'm curious. This is our bedroom. We banged so hard that we broke the bed. We hopped on the good foot and did the bad thing awfully hard. Ooh, Bobby Pin and Rataway. Never a bad thing. Let's see. What else we got in here? Anything? Bottle cap, bottle cap. Oh yeah, my Grognak.
Hell yeah.
Critical hits with unarmed and melee attacks permanently do plus 5% damage. Okay. Alright, what's that? Coffee tin. Fridge door. Empty milk bottle. Yeah, I wouldn't expect that to be any good. Is it bigger than a bread box? And that's where we saw the bombs fall. Sorry, I'm just being a derp. And that's where my car rusted. Why is there a toaster out here? Oh yeah, no, trust me. Like I said, I got a decent amount into the game last time, and so I actually had a fairly decent settlement. My settlement in 76 is actually pretty good as well. All right. Heavy frame receiver. Heavier weight, improved damage. Hey, I got everything I need to do that. So improved damage on a 10mm pistol is a good thing. Yeah, 76 actually was not as bad as everybody said it was. Did it have problems? Oh, heck yeah. Did they fix most of the problems? They've gotten better. Honestly, I can say they haven't fixed everything yet. But they're getting there. Ah, good old power armor station. Does me good to see that. Yeah, 76 was interesting. I haven't played it in a couple months. I need to go back and play it, but I just haven't had a chance. I've had so many other games to play that... The only reason I'm playing Fallout 4 right now is because I just got a hankering to play it. You know, something I just kept seeing the number 4 everywhere. So I was like, maybe I should play Fallout 4. Because I'm totally not superstitious at all. You know, honestly, I've found some decent people to play with now and again, which helped. It really, you can play a lot of it single player, and since they did the PvP area, a lot of the griefing's gone.
Your family isn't here either. They're really gone, aren't they?
Thanks for trying, Codsworth.
You can't give up, sir. What about the city? Concord is nearby, and, well, the people there have only shot at me a few times.
Thanks for your help, Codsworth.
Good luck, sir. You'll find young Shawn. I know you will. I shall remain here and secure the home front.
All right. Let's see what else there is to find in this place. Looks like somebody was barricading the place here. That's why all the furniture's flipped. What is... Oh. Codsworth must have killed the bloat flies for me. Now, the funny thing is there's some things I absolutely always pick up, and the plastic pumpkins are one of them because the plastic from them is really useful. Once you get into crafting quite a bit in this game, you find out how many resources you need. Now the good news is unlike a lot of other games, you can actually tag the resources in the crafting area. So anytime you see that crafting resource, because not all of them say, oh look, here's a batch of screws. It might say toy car. If you're looking for screws, well, if the toy car has screws in it, it's highlighted. Oh, thank you. Safe behind you, under the bed. Oh, yep, I see it. Thank you. A to turn the screwdriver. Nope.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you. Pipe pistols. Pre-war money is not good for much except for cloth. At least not unless you go to the Nuka World expansion, so I'm not going to bother carrying that because of the weight. I'm going to do the toy car and the baby rattle, though. Thank you. I knew there was something in here that was the reason why this house was important, but I just couldn't remember what it was. Let's see what else is around here, supplies-wise. See, a lot of the houses just flat collapsed, which makes sense given that the nukes were not that far. The water tower was a good hint, so the nukes were not that far off to the right there. Well, I'm glad, Sniper Man. You know what? A lot of channels don't like backseat gaming. That's not the way I work. If I don't, as long as it's not like a story spoiler, if people want to offer me advice, they just have to understand I'm free not to take it. But I do appreciate the help. Because, yeah, it's been about 4 years for me. I watched Carnage play through a lot of it. Not all of it, but a good chunk of it. He's one of my favorite streamers because he streams. I usually have him as background noise at work because he's fun, funny, and you know, it gives me something to do while I'm sitting there futzing around with computers. TV dinner trays are great, I think, for metal. Same for the flip lighter, I think. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's really my only thing is no story spoilers. So I definitely appreciate that you don't. Now, to be fair, if it's a game that's been out forever and ever, then, you know, it's okay. But, like, you know, if it's been out for 20 years, go for it. Love that he's got like a weed eater in here. Ooh, yay. 38 round. I don't even have a 38 yet. Unless the pipe pistol might be a 38. Oh, that's good to know. I knew of, I think, like 2 safes. I didn't realize most of the houses had them, though. That's good to know. Whoops. Some are in closets. Okay. Cool. Which I guess this would technically count as a closet. I remember looking at this game because the computer I had originally that I was playing this on was not as advanced as this one. In fact, that one was the one that blew up on me a couple years ago. I accidentally was transferring parts from one case to another, and the power supply decided it really didn't like that, so it blew itself up, which sucked. But the computer I'm running now, not a problem there. True. And I mean, he had to know what drugs to take. I mean, otherwise he wouldn't be able to pop the right pills. He had to pop the pack pills to keep the pack boner. Toasters are good for metal. Bubblegum, actually. So one of the things in this game, well, let me rephrase that. I know in 76 it's a thing for the drink and the hunger. In Fallout 4, if you're playing on hardcore mode, which I haven't, then food and drink becomes a necessity. You have to keep yourself hydrated and fed. Otherwise, what'll happen is you'll literally die from it. What's so funny? So, like, you're finding all this food. It's so packed with preservatives in this universe that basically it never expires. What's in them? Don't ask. I love that somebody like took care of all these bloat flies for me. I mean, that was just like super helpful of them. Pac-Man's still fun, just if you find it in an arcade somewhere. Okay, so I was going the wrong way.
That's it.
I got my very first computer in 1988, Tandy 1000 HX. I didn't get my first console till 92. Computer, trigger turn off, master bedroom. Computer, trigger turn on, master bedroom. I don't know if you can hear Puck right now. Computer, play Megalovania from Undertale by Toby Fox. Computer, prepare my funeral. Computer, stop. Computer, stop. Whoops. Hold on one second, guys. I have to go turn off some music I just turned on. You didn't hear me say it over the stream? Yeah, I know. Ah, Puck loves me. I'm their favorite asshole. So we have Alexas in the house, but what we do, we don't have ours set to the standard Alexa because I don't want people walking in and doing all sorts of crap with it. So like Star Trek, where they used to say computer to trigger it, I can do things like, computer, sing me a song. And so like right now, Puck is wishing I was dead because it's playing music. Although actually that song she's singing is pretty good. It's not the technology song, but... that was amusing. Am I easily amused? Yes. Yes, I am. But anyways, so one of the things that we did, Sniper Man, is my Alexas are set to be able to do commands to turn on and off some of the lights and stuff in the house. We've got light bulbs and sockets and stuff that are compatible with if, which is if then then that. And so the Alexas talk to that, and it sends a command to do, like I said, turn on the master bedroom lights, turn them off, stuff like that. So we don't have to get up if we don't want to take care of some things in the house, which is kind of nice. It's like, since everybody's got wiretaps anyways, why not make them useful? Also, FBI agent who I'm sure is monitoring me, tell your boss you need a vacation. More than just that, Puck. Clap on and clap off basically only had two options, on or off. It literally was a 0 or a 1. It either heard something and turned stuff on, or heard stuff and turned it off. With the Alexas, they can do far more complex tasks. They're not AI by any stretch. They're simulated intelligence. They make you think they can think for themselves, and eventually they probably will. But they are not sentient or self-aware. They're literally a big list of if this, then that. Ushanka hat. Ushanka to me. Ushanka to me. Ooh, cap stash. Bingo bongo. Oh, if it's not, I would be shocked. And honestly, I mean, let me step back a second. Do I think it's tapped by the government or the police? No. For one thing, they're unreliable. Two, without a warrant, they couldn't. At least not legally. Does Amazon monitor it? I'm sure they do. Have you ever talked around your phone about, say, taking a vacation or buying a particular item, and then all of a sudden you notice your internet browser's ads or the stuff on your phone's reflecting that? Well, that's because something has gotten permission from you to listen in. Or maybe not, and they're doing it illicitly. Oh, for that. Okay, wait a minute. Something's not right. I'm trying to remember how to get into that. Let's reload. T? No. E? No. Okay, wait a minute. I've forgotten my controls. Well, okay, but that's not usually because anybody's authorized that, Sniper Man. That is usually due to a bug in some software that people have figured out how to exploit. And so that's the reason why most people will turn that off. Personally, I don't care, because if they see half the stuff that I'm doing, they're probably too scarred from my pimply white rear end to be worried about it. That's his cue. Okay. Oh, that's right. It's clicking because there's no targets. Got it. But yeah, I mean, you know, it really is just a case of there's already so much technology that does that. It's almost impossible to completely abstain from that kind of technology. So, I mean, you might as well make it work for you. I mean, short of being a complete Luddite, there's really not a lot you can do. And it sucks, but I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a huge technophile. You know, I love technology. I love being an early adopter. But I mean, honestly, I mean, that's something you have to be concerned about. And you have to weigh, does the fact that they might, or that somebody could, take away enough benefit from having it? Yeah, self-driving cars are very much becoming a thing. I'm actually looking forward to that because, honestly, as much as I commute, if I can get a car that'll drive for me and let me either work on stuff or relax or hell, even catch a nap before I get to work, that does not hurt my feelings any, truthfully. Do I care that they know where I am? Yes. I wouldn't want that kind of tracking technology. But I can't tell you how many times it has saved our rear ends that I can look for Puck's phone, or Puck can find me if I haven't called them and I'm running late from home from work and I've just forgotten to tell them. I mean, it's a comfort, but that comfort comes with some issues, potential issues. So like I said, at the end of the day, do those issues outweigh the benefit of having them? It's funny, I didn't mean to get, philosophical on the stream, but I enjoy talking about stuff like this, truthfully. Because, I mean, I always like to see what other people's opinions on technology and advances are. You know, how many people are excited about the possibility of AI? You know, some people are more excited than others. Me, as long as they code it correctly and give it something, some hamstring like emotions, to make sure it doesn't like annihilate the human race, then sure, why not? Disarmed a trap. Oh yeah, no, self-driving cars are definitely going to have bugs. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts. The thing is, though, is are they going to be able to quash them quickly enough to not cause a bunch of fatalities? Ah, this is one of my favorite things, is the password stuff. As someone who works on computers in real life, I love this game here. I mean, it's not at all what hacking a computer is really like, but it's really cool that they included a mechanic like this in the game. Oh, of course, tries reset. Alright, so rare has two that are the same. So that means done's out of the question. Hope's out of the question. I bet it's rope.
Yes.
Yep, there we go. Sanctuary Hills. Oh, okay, so this is all a drug dealer's safe, or computer, really, talking about clients. So it's talking about all the different people in these cities. Oops. Nope. I got plenty of bobby pins.
Sweet.
Oh, I can turn it all into scrap. I just gotta check my inventory in a minute and make sure I'm not getting overloaded. In fact, let's see. Oh, good old Med-X. The morphine and opioid drug of Fallout. Gives you great damage resistance, but is also highly addictive. Unless you have a steady supply of Addictol in your inventory, don't recommend taking too much of it. You see, I actually enjoy getting lost sometimes. If I don't have somewhere I absolutely have to be, you know, getting lost to me is fun because I always end up finding just really cool places and people and things. Of course, I'm also weird, so... Alrighty. Baked bloatfly. Yum, yum, in the tum-tum. Oh, hi there, little buddy. How about you go die right now? Dude, that was a 95% shot. There we go. Thank you, sir. Now, where was I? That's right. Oh, yay, I leveled up. think I'm gonna bump up my agility. No, I'm gonna bump up my endurance by a point because I mean I need more HP. Let's see what we got in here. Ah, yeah. By the way, the Pip-Boy. One of the things I love is it has a flashlight. That, my friends, makes me warm and fuzzy on the inside. Ooh, canned dog food. Yummy. I hope it's Alpo. Made with real dog. Ruff. Hey, we can make some bathtub gin. I'm just ginning with you. Try the veal. I'm here all week. Yeah, this one and Skyrim probably have two of the largest amounts of replayability of almost any game out there. I mean, it's amazing everything that you can do in this game. I mean, the first time I realized that you could make cars explode by shooting them, I was like, what? I can blow monsters and mutants up with cars? No. And that actually is a really good way, actually, of taking out some of the bigger super mutants. Oh, man. Somebody really ended up in the shitter. I love the fact that water is still radioactive, because that's true. To a certain extent, it would be still at this point, although probably not to the degree that the game world thinks it is. No, it does not have the Radiant quest system, but there's so many things to do that, you don't have to worry about running out of content anytime soon. Oh, somebody's dead. Somebody didn't survive that one. All right. No. Certain creatures are easier to fight when you have certain abilities. But that's no different than knowing that, organic creatures here are easier to fight with certain weapons than others. Armored enemies require stuff that can pierce armor better in this game. I love the little fusion flea cars. They're adorable. And what's funny is in this game, we've got a friend of ours who presents at a lot of science fiction conventions, and he was a nuclear regulatory engineer in real life before he retired. And what's so funny? Hey, it's dog meat.
Hey, boy. What are you doing out here all by yourself? You lose your owner, buddy? Okay, then. Let's stick together.
No, Skyrim's not really that hard to play. Just think of it as a fantasy Fallout. I mean, I hate to be that simple, but I mean, that really is kind of what it is. It is a fantasy Fallout. They both actually use the same game engine. I'm gonna start running out of room in my inventory soon. Oh, plastic. Yeah, Oblivion. Well, that's kind of like, going back to the discussion we had about playing Fallout 3 now that you've played Fallout 4. Those games, because they didn't have all the mechanics. that the newer games do end up being harder. What's up? What has my dog got up to? Thank you, dog meat. That's a good dog meat.
Over here.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. This is going to be a glitchless playthrough. I mean, other than, you know, the normal glitches that occur from it being a, you know, 5-year-old game, 4-year-old game. But I'm going to earn it. And actually, I don't particularly care for the cryolator all that much. Once I get my combat shotgun, I will be a very happy person. Ooh, good old chem station. Drugs, fireworks? Oh, that's interesting. Grenades, healing, mines, syringer ammo. One of the few weapons I never really got into all that much was using the syringer. I've played a few Sniper Man. I played Automaton and one other. It wasn't Nuka World. I'm trying to remember what the other one was. I need to. That's one of the reasons why Sniper Man I am going through and playing this is because I never beat it. As much as I played it when I was in a few years ago, I never beat it. I never played all the DLC, and I really want to. I mean, Fallout is one of my favorite series. It's one of my favorite games, and I have this game sitting in my library. I need stuff to stream, stuff I enjoy streaming. So yeah, it just kind of made sense. Oh, Far Harbor. I think I started Far Harbor. I think I got up to like level 40, maybe. Oh, dog meat? Yeah, no, any cute. Cool. Yes, your pupper has decided to come see you. If I remember correctly, here we go. There should be the workstation thing. Aha! This is what I was looking for. Let's see. What'd he do? Uh-huh. Yeah, he's a weird cat, but we love him. I'm trying to remember how I scrap stuff. I know there's a way to, but I can't remember. Is it in the workshop menu? Here we go. Nuka mixer station? Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that must be from like the Nuka World DLC. Oh, interesting. Okay. Alright, let me save real quick. That's what I thought, but I couldn't remember. Crafting. Oh yeah, once I get some dog armor for him, I'm totally gonna put some on there. Scavenging station, that was what I needed. Oh, I knew I was looking for something. Let's see. I think that's how to do it. Oh, that's right. Okay. Okay. Well, you can tell it's been a while since I've done this. Oh, okay. Interesting, I didn't realize that. So, transfer, store all junk, okay. Alright, so stored all junk. No, that's just it. It doesn't actually scrap it, though. Oh, got it. Okay. Wow. Okay, that's right. I knew there was something I was missing. So you don't actually... I was trying to actually just... Okay, so in Fallout 76, and I thought it was in Fallout 4 as well, one of the things that you do is you scrap items. Scrapping the items basically allows you to... it breaks it down into its components. Like a plastic plate turns into actual plastic. And what I didn't realize was that in Fallout 4, that option's not available. And it was just confusing me because I thought it was. So, because when you do that, like in 76, it takes up less room in your inventory for those items. One thing I do like that they did in 76 as well is you can tell it to only show what you can craft, and that helps. True. Yeah, no, it is nice too that you can scrap the stuff around the environment, so you can really clean things up and get a lot of really good stuff that way. Okay, good. I'm going to do the insulated lining, which protects me a little bit better against lasers. If memory serves me correctly, there is a spot back here. Wasn't there? Over this way? Trying to remember. Sheesh. I forgot how bad of a... Oh, okay. Yeah, that's right. I'd forgotten about that. You can just do it once you get into the perimeter of the area. Thank you, Sniper Man. I do appreciate the help. They were nomming on what's left of a Brahmin. Yuck. Now, there was an area, I thought, around the Red Rocket Station where the guys have been doing some illegal dumping, and it may be back this way. I thought. Maybe not. Oh, nope, there it is. I know it was around here somewhere. The what going around killing people? No, I have not actually. Go lay down, buddy. You go pupper, but go lay down. I have a pupper that is demanding of the attentions. Because him go pupper. Isn't him go pupper? You go pupper. Oh, yeah. And then there's like the Zika virus too. The Zika virus is more down in South America, but yeah, that causes microencephaly, which is basically small skull and small brain, which in people causes seizures and eventually death. I have a dog who is very, very much seeking of the attentions. Oh, I have got to get a stim pack in me, or this is going to be bad. There you go, pup. Yeah, no, I'm not surprised. Some of those viruses that the mosquitoes carry are nasty. What's interesting, I found out, is the in Florida, for instance, you're not allowed to have any kind of standing water on your property. Yeah, I love this. The guy's got a trash busting award, and what they've been doing was just hiding their garbage down in this hole. I mean, that is absolutely responsible garbage management. Brain fungus makes good eating. Just Nora tangling in your head while you ate it. That's just fungi digesting right good, I tell you. Yeah, because during the summer especially, what'll happen is the standing water attracts mosquitoes. And so they don't want it to be they don't want it to basically, and so when I say standing water, I don't mean like a pool or anything, because that has water that's constantly moving. I'm talking about things like, you know, leaving an old pool, like a kid's pool out there, just full of water. Mosquitoes will be attracted and breed in that, and then you get the diseases. Yeah.
Nice.
Got more of that there fungus over the brain. That's some right good tasty stuff. I tell you what. I tell you what. Yes, I can pull off the fake redneck accent like nobody's business. It annoys Puck to no end. No, actually, much like anything else, it annoys her in the end. In the end, it doesn't really matter. Anyways. Yeah, dawn and dusk are when mosquitoes are the busiest. So yeah, they got long sleeves, long pants, collars. If you're in an area that has a ton of mosquitoes and you have to live outside or be outside, use mosquito netting. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff to do. I don't remember the loading time taking this long. May have to see if there's a way I can decrease the loading time. Still loading? Grief. I really didn't remember it taking this long before. Yeah, and I know, I'm pretty sure this isn't installed on my SSD because I just don't have one big enough to hold it right now. But I may have to add one in just for Fallout. I'd forgotten how long it took to load. I mean, the computer's not a slacker by any stretch of the imagination, so I'll have to seriously see what I can do to improve the loading time, because it really shouldn't take that long. Where you at, dog meat? Like my dog in real life, I never know where he goes. I think Comet's looking around for him, which is amusing. Oh, I can create a stim pack? Huh. It's interesting. I'll have to remember that. Yeah, the game, I got this computer back in 2017 when I blew up my other one. So yeah, it's probably due for an additional SSD in it. Wouldn't hurt. Alrighty, let's make our way to start making our way to Concord. Making my way downtown. Walking fast, faces past, and I'm homebound. Well, at least it's better than hearing dueling banjos as you're heading somewhere. Ding 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 ding. Can't remember. Oh, yeah, that's right. It's like an axle to a car. Oh, yeah, if I get much further... yeah, I'm using Windows 10. If I get much further, it's going to start the quest line for all the settlement stuff. Okay. Which I'm probably not going to be able to get too far into tonight. Just because I've got to head out of here by about 11.
Got it.
The Windows 10, the way I've got mine set up, I actually perform quite a bit faster on this machine than my old Windows 7 machine, but that's because I did some tweaking. By default, Windows 10 can be a little bit slower than 7. But I work in IT for a living, so I have to work with these bad boys all the time. Shame. The sad thing is Windows 7's pretty much end of support. So most companies are dropping support for it. So soon things like Steam and other applications won't be able to run on 7. They'll just get updated to the point at which they can't. Yeah, I do like my consoles. I've got most of the consoles out there. I'm a collector, so I've just collected for many, many years. I was going through the other day cleaning up, or not cleaning up, but inventorying a lot of my old games and realizing exactly how much I have. I mean, just computer jewel cases by themselves, I've got over 200. And then once you start going into like boxed games and small box versus big box, and let's just say I have a lot of games. Oh yeah, I remember this part. This is a pain to get to. Whoops. I jumped too late. Jumped too late, jumped too soon. Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's what I've got both. Just because I mean, the PlayStation has a lot of great RPGs on it, and the Xbox gets a lot of stuff that's on PC sooner than PlayStation does. Um, and I do like, I mean, both of them. Xbox's Game Pass now, the Game Pass Ultimate, is really nice. I pay for that every month, and along with my gold, I love that they were fighting over something.
Won't be able to pick this.
Well, I guess they can't throw any shade with that. Let's make sure there wasn't a key nearby. Yeah, actually look on the shelves. Yeah. Yeah, well, and to keep one where it needs to be to play the games you want to play can oftentimes be. Oh, what the? Dog meat, stop falling. You're as bad as Connor. Figure out where he is, I will. Good old right away. Oh darn. You're supposed to have a kid with her. Creepy. Creepy weepy. Nice job, dog meat. Do me a favor. Try not to hurt yourself. How about that? Yeah, no, for me, I've done the majority of my gaming over the course of my life has been on PC, so I've just tended to stay on that platform. I mean, the number of digital games that I own is outrageous. I have a lot of them. Yeah, the reason I've got the one I've got by Cyber Power is because I know it's going to last me probably another 5 years, about like my other one did. Yeah, I'm going to have to see if I can figure out a way for this to not take as long. Yeah, so the one I got in 2017 was the first time in probably close to 20 years since I had to buy a pre-built computer. I mean, like I mean, for the most part, every other computer I've owned, I have built myself. The only reason I built this one, truthfully, is because I found out that, partly because of all the Bitcoin mining and stuff, the cost of building my own computer. I mean, I was still like 3 components short, and I was already over $2,000. With Cyber Power for $2,000, I got everything I wanted and then some. This thing's got a 1080 Ti 11 GB model in it. Okay. What'd you find, dog meat? see anything. Oh, great. My dog in this game is brain damaged too, just like my dog in real life. Alright, well, since I happen to know where we're at, I'm actually going to go ahead and call it for here tonight. I'm going to go ahead and save the game. And I don't know if I'll be back tomorrow night, but I know I'm planning on streaming Friday night once one of our friends is done streaming. So if you follow my Twitter, which is the same as my Twitch, twitter.com/LongwoodGeek, you can find me there, and that's where you can, that and Instagram and Facebook, all three at LongwoodGeek is where you can see me post when I'm going to stream and when I'm going live and what I'm going to play. I have a feeling I'll be playing Fallout 4 for the foreseeable future. I do need to see how to improve my loading times. Sniper and everyone else that followed me this evening, thank you guys very much for the follow. If you have Twitch Prime and Amazon Prime, and you have, or sorry, if you have Amazon Prime and Twitch, if you haven't combined them, you should, because you can get a free subscription to give to any streamer you want. The streamer gets the full amount and it doesn't cost you a dime. Now, I'm not saying you have to use it on me, but don't leave the money sitting on the table. If you don't use it on me, use it on a streamer you do want to give it to. And yeah, I'll be back soon. Thank you guys very much, and as always, let your geek flag fly. This has been LongwoodGeek, and peace, everybody. Have a good night.